subs. We're less than 10 seconds in. 14 people watching. Wow. Guys, y'all are awesome. Y'all, thank y'all so much. Okay, it looks to be like there's a contest. Who's first? Are we going to do this every time we do live? The first person that I see on here is South Mountain Hunting and Fishing. So he says, comment says, first one here, I think. LOL. And that was the first one I seen. So, wow. Woodrow Smith, how you doing? Wonder what the prize is going to be. Alan Bridges, Woodrow. Mike, how you doing? South Mountain. Hello. Clint Walton, what's going on? Alright, guys. If you will, right now we got a really bad thunderstorm here, and I'm working off a cell service for this live video. So if somebody will comment and let me know whether reception is good or not. If it's bad, I may switch over to the Wi-Fi. But if you guys are getting me good, hearing me good, it's not grainy, let me know. Oh, Jonathan Hunt, David, how y'all doing? Robert Rowland says it's good. Thank you guys, appreciate the feedback. Chris Anders, Aaron Fields, thank you, buddy. Milk Can Shine. I always want to stumble over your name. I don't know why. I like the name. It's just hard for me to. Clint Walton, new subscriber. Love your channel, man. I appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for supporting us. If you're a subscriber to this channel, you're officially a member of the Nightlife Nation. There's a bunch of us out here, guys. So Clint, if you don't know what the Nightlife means, at the beginning of my YouTube page, you'll see what Nightlife means. Make sure you watch that video. We put a lot of heart and soul into that one. Deep Creek Kennels, Brian Hall, man, what's up? Jamie, how you doing? Hatmaker Hunting and Fishing, hey brother, been a minute since I've been on here. We missed you, where you been? That's a $1,000 fine. If you miss live videos, it's a $1,000 fine. Oh, William Hubner, love your channel. Thanks for sharing, buddy. I appreciate it, guys. Logan Dixon, what's going on, man? Good to see everybody on here. Sorry I've been missing the live videos here a little bit. I'll tell you, I don't know if you can tell from my sound of my voice. I just keep getting sick. And last week I had just sinus infection or something. Run a fever. Sinuses was really bad. It was rough. It's all I could do, just go to work. Mario, oh, you got your 320. Connected his DC-40 to it. It's working great now. Well, sorry, man. Must have been the 220. I thought for sure it was going to be a caller. Woodrow Smith says the Nightlife Family channel is nice as well. Yeah, guys, if you're watching this right here, we actually started a brand new YouTube channel. We have people commenting, kind of wanting us to do like vlogs, me and my fiance. So let me show you what we got here. I would appreciate it if any of you guys are watching this, if you support the Nightlife Coon Hunting channel, go over there to our new YouTube channel, Nightlife Family. And basically it's just kind of me and my fiance Kate. We're just documenting some of the things that we do. Like we've got some fishing episodes on here. We've been house shopping recently. And that way you guys can just follow us through our personal life, some of the things that we got going on and with us as me and her build our family. So yeah, guys, any of you guys watching my channel right now, if you will, jump over there, Nightlife Family. Subscribe to that. Do it now or do it after. Come back now, whatever you want to do. We would appreciate the subs. Bama Flashlight, what's up down here in Perdido, Alabama, close to Mobile? It's Mobile, Alabama. Thanks, man. Enjoy our channels. Brian House says, are you making eggs and sausage tonight? No, not tonight. Not down here in the cave. Oh, Logan Dixon asks, what age you start your pups? Well, I recently put up, I'm going to do that. I'm going to answer you here in a second, Logan, but I want to talk about something first. It's on my list because that reminds me. You reminded me, buddy. Recently, we started a brand new series here on our channel called Coon Hunting Quick Tips. And what it is you guys message me several times a day, and I love it. I appreciate it. But I found through that it seems to be several questions that get asked a lot. You know, a lot of people want to know answer to this question. So what we've started doing is Coon Hunting Quick Tips on our channel. Basically, I'm posting up little 2 or 3 minute videos answering some of those frequently asked questions. And one of them being how we train our dogs. and like, can you do pup solo? I've got one coming up for possum breaking and deer breaking, and a whole bunch of them. I got like 10 of them already uploaded. They're going to come out about every 10 days. One of them's coming out this week. But to answer Logan's question, basically what we do, buddy, is around 6 months of age, up till 6 months of age, we don't really take them hunting or anything. All I do, I'm not graced with the ability to let my dogs run loose. Just where I live, we cannot do that. I'm sure most of you the same way. If you can let them run loose and go out and tree coons or, squirrels or whatever during daytime, that'd be great. It's a good thing to do when they're real little. If you can't, if you're like me, you're not blessed with the ability to do that. Basically, up to about 6 months of age, we just start working them around, with their kennel manners, lead manners, get them used to riding in the box, so on and so forth. And about 6 months of age, I'll start taking them in the woods with my older, experienced dogs, and they hang around my feet, and then eventually they decide to go off on their own. So that's about what we do. Chris Anders, which house do you decide on? I think it's the very last house we looked at on the Nightlife Family channel. We're like that close with the bank. We pretty much pre-approved for it, but we're working out the details on what exactly is being financed and what's not. So, Lord willing, we'll get the house, and Lord willing, here in a couple months, we'll have it and be ready to go. So, I'm pretty sure it's the last one we looked at. Mario says, I cleaned the antenna really good and that helped. Still worked with the 220 just as faster with the 3. I got you. Hatmaker says, turkey hunt yet? Done been twice and ain't killed nothing. Actually, our season doesn't come in until this Saturday, and all goes well. If the weather's not too bad, I'm actually going to go with my buddy Will. You guys see him. He was on live video there the other night. He loves the turkey hunt. I'm going to go and film him Saturday if it all works out. Deep Creek says, we have a young dog that we let a caged coon out, and after like a minute of tracking, he left the track. How do you keep them on track? Well, be honest with you, I don't really like caged coons. Here's the thing: a lot of times, if you're going to do a caged coon, and I've done them years ago, and I haven't used a caged coon in many years for this reason. I even turned a caged coon loose one time, and then turned an older, more experienced dog loose behind it, and the dog didn't even trip. I pulled up before like cornfields and stuff and seen 3 coons literally run out front of the truck, get out, and shuck the dogs, and the dogs run around like, there's coons in the wind and there's no track to them. I find sometimes whenever the coon track is really fresh, it doesn't really lay on the ground. It's more or less in the air, and they can lose it. I don't know why. I think, certain humidity conditions and things like that affect stuff like that. So if you're going to use a cage coon, which I don't even really recommend doing, I recommend just taking them out in the woods and looking for wild coon. But if you're going to use a cage coon, you need to give that coon at least 15 to 20 minutes time you turn it loose before you put your dog on it. That gives that time for that, when that coon takes off, the scent gets in the air, and for that scent to kind of fall down to an actual track instead of being, I imagine it's like a scent fog. And the dog can kind of follow it. Some can, some can't. Especially if it's a younger dog, it may have a hard time. So, Brent Soap, what's up, buddy? Brent Soap, Oklahoma, correct? A native. Phil, what's up from Arizona? Sandra, Boardwine, Nightlife Family's the best. Thank you. Hunter Wood says, what do you think about the Garmin Alpha? I had 2 of them years ago. Be honest with you, I wasn't really impressed with them. I always had some kind of issue. The handhelds always had some kind of issue, but more than that, the collars didn't. And what I really didn't like, it seemed like once you got one collar and you kind of got settled in, especially if you had 4 or 5 collars, and you kind of got used to how everything worked and whatnot, they would change it up and discontinue the collar you had, and it just, the whole Garmin issue to me, I'm not a real big fan of Garmin. I'm actually pro staff with Sport Dog, and Sport Dog is what I run all the time. I really love Sport Dog brand. I love the company. I stand behind them. And I've done a little bit of field testing with the Dogtra recently. I do like it. The only issue I have with the Dogtra is it seems to kick off Bluetooth with my phone. It could be my phone. I don't know, but I have field tested that just a little bit. I would definitely go Dogtra over Garmin, but check in the Sport Dog too. Honestly though, when it comes to the Garmin stuff, I would say the older the better. If anything, I like the 220s. I think the 220s tracked out better than anything else, especially in the mountains where I live. 30 minutes up the road from me is Mount Mitchell. which is the highest mountain this side of Mississippi. So that tells you the type of terrain I live in. Like, this is not hills. You know, these are massive mountains. And the 220 seem to track better than anything. 320 done pretty good. I know some bear hunters around here, they're running the 430. They like it better than the Alpha. So I hope that answers your question. Timber Hill, what's up? So you got another YouTube channel. Didn't even know about that till the other day. Alan says, weather been bad here this afternoon. How about your? Yeah, man. We worked till lunchtime. We done a little bit of grading and stuff, and then it coming to pouring rain. It's been pouring off and on ever since. It's thunderstorming out there right now. South Mountain hunting and fishing. Yes, I am close to Morganton. Yep. Yes, you know what these mountains are. Trickle Creek Kennels. What's up, buddy? Michael Frazee, how you say that? Hope I don't butcher it. Love the cooking show. Done it that way many times. Yeah, that's something we're probably going to start doing, taking when we go coon hunting. It was pretty fun. We've done it several times before, just never thought to really film it. South Mountain, we have like 45 acres up in Morgantown. That's cool. Aaron Stubbs, light aggression on tree face barking and such. How you break it? You talking about it's aggression from the dog that's doing the face barking or the dog that's being face barked at? Either way, go in there and take your hat off, whop them. Don't shock them. You never shock a dog on a tree. You don't want to do that, but you need to go over there and whop them on the head and tie them and separate them. And you know, if it gets worse than that, break you a green hickory switch and break them dogs, because that's the last thing you want. That's one thing I do not tolerate, and I will not slack up on. And I will definitely get rid of a dog if illness pursues in a dog. What's up, cousin? David Nichols. Southern California is in Utah right now. David Argos says, what do you use for ticks? One of my dogs got Lyme disease the last few days. Stuff I was using must not be working. Man, I've used the flea and tick collars. They seem to work okay. But if you're hunting, they're not going to last. And then there's some of that stuff that you put between the shoulder blades. I can't remember the name of it, but it works pretty good. But there's always some ticks. Timber Hill says, left him above. High neck. Chris Anders, thank you, buddy. Slither King says, hello, I subbed with 1,000,000 thumbs up. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Got 57 watching right now. It's 27 liking. If you will, reach up there and hit that thumbs up button, like this video, because it makes me rank better in YouTube, which makes me happy. And everybody likes me happy. Thank you, guys. Eric Kelly, when you come down to Belton, try to tree some coons. I need to, man. I need to get down there before it gets too hot. I tell you, I went hunting the other night. Man, it was pretty hot. Surprisingly, first time of year. Billy Smith says, where do you find a cooker that you had? The cooker that I had in that live video the other night, I told you guys wrong. I said it was $14. It's actually $24. It's on Amazon. Here in a little bit. I tell you, well, if you guys don't mind, bear with me. I'll bring it up on my phone right now and show you, because I had to bring it up and show Will the other night. Okay, it's called a Biz Gear. Sorry, service is running pretty bad. This right here, guys, that is the cooking system that I was using the other day, called a Biz Gear. I don't know, to me the words are backwards. I don't know if they're backwards for you or not, but anyway, Amazon, $24. Chris Sanders, the trail is too fresh. You will. Fresh. Yeah, well, you said it. Yep. Alan Bridges, South Mountain, would be interested in getting together and running the dogs. I got a young pup I'm working with right now. That sounds fun. Hit me up. Anybody ever want to contact me about anything, you can email me, nitelifekennel@outlook.com. Or you can text me. I prefer text over calls, and it's 828-674-5310. Reason why is I generally can't answer and talk on the phone because I run another business during the day. Brent Soap, yes sir. David, don't forget that thumbs up button. Robert agrees, 220s are the best. Yeah, I got a couple 220s right here. I think they're sold. I actually, I don't advertise it much, but I actually work on Garmin sometimes. I had to open this one up and put, I think it's this one. No, I actually had to open this one up. This is another one. And solder in some brand new, kind of hard to see. I'm not the best solder as far as pretty, but I make it work. I had to solder in some new battery connections for this. And get this, guys. The cool thing about this, well, it's cool, but it's kind of a pain in the butt too. These little bitty tabs, I don't know if you can see that. That right there is a battery connector tab. That's what's in this 220 right here that the battery touches. I have to get these from Russia, and this was $14 for that. So I ordered two because it took me like a month and a half for them to get here. So I actually work on Garmin sometimes. I really like it. I don't like to work on like somebody's if I can help it, because I don't know everything that I'm doing. But if I can get one in on trade real cheap or something, and there's something wrong with it, I love to tinker with it. Georgia Boys says I got a Walker pup. It's like 3 months ago. He is 5 months old. I dragged a high 360 yards and he treated, but he really does not bark on track. Man, he's 5 months old. That's really impressive, and I wouldn't judge him about not barking on track because he's so young. Like that's like when a baby learns to start walking and they waddle, you know, and they it's gonna come around. If he's doing that 5 months old, it's showing the sign he's gonna make a dog. So he'll come around. Mark Lewis says, how do you take care of your dog's ears? I actually get in there with a Q-tip from time to time and clean them out. I know his hides pretty bad the other day, and I give him a bath. I get in there with a Q-tip and pull some of that stuff out of there, and that's about all I do. Sometimes I'll see they'll get the head shaking. I've had them get ear mites before, and I give them medicine for that. Timber Hill wants to know how Miss Nightlife is doing. She's doing good. She's actually at home tonight. She's out with her girlfriends. Got her nails did and went out to eat and stuff like that. What's up? Joseph from Virginia. Steve Rowe. How you doing, buddy? Lucas Taylor. How do you get a cur dog to coon hunt deeper? I'm a squirrel hunter going into coon hunting blind. Man, I've heard that a lot of curs don't hunt deep. I don't know how you get that unless you know somebody's got a dog that hunts real deep and you hunt with them, and maybe that dog can teach that dog to go deeper. But I've heard that's kind of a common trait with a cur, is not going very deep. So, I'm not sure. I haven't had any experience officially with curs. My cousin John, I don't know if he's on here watching. John, if you're watching, please comment. That guy, what you can do to get a cur to hunt deeper. He hunts curs a little bit. Or anybody on here that hunts curs can give him some advice. It'd be great. Mario says, my father-in-law had bought a shock collar from Sport Dog about a year and a half ago, but the dog got a hold of the collar and chewed it up. Could you help him out with another collar? Yeah, Mario, actually, you can call up Sport Dog. They sell it. It's more than likely the 3/4 inch straps. You can call up Sport Dog's customer service, and they can ship you one out. You get them cheap. And also, another thing, Mario, you can tell him, if you go on Mook's website, mooks.com, she has 3/4 inch straps with the quick disconnect, and that'd be pretty cool. I've actually put a couple of those on my Sport Dog shock systems. Lucas said, got 2 pups. How do I get them to hunt better? They have hound in them and have a horn for sure. Man, just got to put them in the woods. That's all there is to it. It's a lot of shoe leather between a pup and a finished dog, and you just got to get out there and hunt, man. If you take them out and they seem like they're playing a lot, you need to separate them. That'd be the biggest thing I tell you, is to hunt them solo if you can. And then when they get all about business and hunting, you can hunt them together. It's just when they're pups and they want to play. Like right now, Nick's is all business in the woods. Tub sort of wants to play a little bit, so I don't run them together because I don't want him distracting her. And plus, if he's distracting her, he ain't getting anything out of the hunt either. So that's about the best thing I can tell you. Just put them in the woods as many nights a week as you can, especially between now and when it gets really hot. I mean, you got a couple, 3 months before it's going to be miserably hot, and pound at it, man. Aaron Stubbs says, purple python cattle ear tags work great for ticks. That's cool. Milk can shine. Been getting that scarred for flea and ticks. So far, so good. That's my issue I had this past year was fleas. But I'm getting ready to build new kennels. Because actually where my dogs are sitting now is where my house is going. So I've got them on kennels on the ground, but I'm actually getting. I don't like a dog on the ground level. If you get them up off the ground, it helps with fleas a lot. So I'm actually getting ready to build kennels like I used to have before I moved. Tony says, black and tans or red bones, which do you prefer? I'd probably lean toward the black and tans. I've seen some good black and tans. I've never been around a bunch of either one, but I've been around some good black and tans. I've never been around a good red bone. Not saying there's not good red bones. I just, in my country, the few guys I know that have them, they're not that good. Some of the guys around here that have black and tans are good. So it's just personal experience. And I'm not saying that's a generality across the breed. So I know Timber Hill might jump on me about that one. But just, I don't know. If I was going to have to get it, I'd have to probably get it from around here. And that's probably where I go. Tyler Atkinson is back. Hunter Wood, that Jet Bull, works good. Yeah, that was a pretty cool thing. Bobby Evans have an 8-month-old that will run a hot coon, but will not tree it. I don't have anyone to hunt with. What can I do, man? 8-month-old still kind of young. You're doing fine. Just get that dog out there in the woods. Make sure you got plenty of coon out there. And if you go out there and that dog, runs up to a tree and quits, walk in there because you can see on your tracking system where the track ended. Go in there and find that coon. Walk that dog over to it and see if they start smelling. If they just stand up on the tree and smell, go over and pet that dog and praise him really big, and he might start treeing. That's about the best thing you do. 8 months old is still young, so I wouldn't be worried about it. If I was a 2-year-old dog, I'd say it's time to get rid of him. It ain't going to happen. But being 8 months old, he'll probably kick on. He or she will probably kick on. Just needs a lot of encouragement at that tree. How to get a year-old pup to tree that runs with the pack. Get in there and praise the dog up at the tree. And you can't do it now because it's not kill season, but a real good way to get a dog to treeing is actually get in there and if they're not treeing, tie them back and shoot the coon out to the dogs that are, and don't let that dog have it. And they get jealous, they get envious, and the next time they'll generally start treeing, or real soon after that. Hunter Wood said, do you think cement kennels affect the dog's feet? I don't think they really do. My buddy Kim, he's got cement floor kennels, and his dogs don't have a bit of foot issues. I stay away from cement. For one thing, I like to build decks and get them off the ground with decks. For one, you can build it where they're mobile, where you can get a tractor in there and move them if you ever had to. Cement's pretty well permanent. Also, if you're going to do cement, do slick floor. Do not do a brush finish. A brush finish will eat a dog's pads to pieces. So if you're going to do cement, slick it. Don't do the brush finish. I just kind of look at it, if I had to stand all day, would I rather stand in somebody's basement or somebody's deck? So, but honestly, they're both hard surfaces. I mean, you get splinters on decks. So, cost effective has a lot to do with it, man. Budget, I'm all about working inside of a budget. William Hubner said he'd like to know more about the Big Dog Genesis. Man, it's a really good light. It's the only light I personally use myself. I've had it now. Well, I've had Big Dog lights for about 3 years, and the Genesis I've had about 1.5 years now. The only issue I had with it, I had charger go out. Called up Matt Williams. He sent me a brand new charger, man. The soft cap, I wore the soft cap out. I didn't wear it out. It was really, really, really nasty because I hunted hard. And, had hunted hard with it for a year. Called him up, and he sent me a new cap. But, I probably could have washed it. But the lights never give me a bit of issue. It's super bright, very lightweight. Pretty much anybody that's making a light now is making a good quality light. There's no real bad lights out there. But what the Big Dog has over everybody else is most everybody else weighs in between like 20 to 24 ounces. And the Big Dog weighs in at 16. That's 1 pound. And with the soft cap, it comes with a hard liner on the inside. You take the hard liner out and you put it on there. It's just like wearing this ball cap. I forget I even have a light on my head. It's that lightweight. So, they're at $300. You got some guys charging $350, 320 to 360 for lights. Some guys are charging 275, so it's a road price. You get a 2-year warranty that bumper to bumper. And be honest with you, I've seen Matt fix lights that are 4 years old and not charge people, you know. But he says outside 2-year warranty, you're only going to pay for the parts, not the labor. So, you know, pretty good light, good company. I know the owner really well, super great guy, and he really takes pride in this stuff. Travis, you're welcome, buddy. Brady, hey Nick, Roberts said hi. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Outdoorsman 4567 says, what about Garmin Astros? Are they good trackers? Yeah, the Astros, like I said, these old 220s, these are some used ones I'm going to probably be putting on my website for sale. These I would say were probably the best, and they're the really lowest tech ones. The maps are not that great on them. I like them better than the 320. But they say them new 430s are really good. I know a buddy that's got one. I've never got out in the woods with them though. I really don't know. But Robert says, need to come down hunt with me. My buddy here in Surrey County, North Carolina, got some real good spots hunting. I'd love to. Whereabouts is Surrey County? Mario says, have you worked on showing your dogs before, and do you have any tips for that? No, I've never done any of that. Just never have. I never really got into any of the competition type stuff, so don't know the first thing about it, buddy. What's one thing? Tyler's got a great question. Tyler Atkinson said, what's one thing you hate about coon hunting nowadays instead of back in the day? Well, there's a lot of things that have come to really be improved. Your tracking systems are better, your vehicles are better, your lights are better. But one thing that's going backwards, especially in my area, and I do not see this coming around, I don't see a remedy, a light in the end of the tunnel for this or anything like that, is land access. Every day you got, I mean, I ain't gonna get political or anything, but you got all these, you know, PETA people out here that, you know, they believe what we're doing is not only detrimental to the coons we chase, but they think it's abuse to the dog, and they're shutting down game lands. You got people developing land all over the country where I live. And, I mean, I have to drive an hour and a half. No joke. I have to drive an hour and a half to get to a decent spot to coon hunt. That's how little coon hunting I have where I live. You know, some of these guys that's got great coon hunting, you're blessed and count your blessings. The biggest thing I hate about coon hunting right now is trying to find places to hunt. I would have Nicks and Tough a lot better farther along way before now. They're a year old, a little touch over a year, way before now if I had better land access. That's my biggest problem right now. Good question, Tyler. Reno says, jumped on late. What's the farthest you have had a dog go on a track? Past 2 hunts, they have gone just under 2.5 miles before they hit a tree. I've had that happen many times. Me, probably just about 2 miles. 2 miles as far as I've had high go. And that was on game land, public land. He had to meet and cross the river. I hunted with my buddy Kim one night, and his zip dog crossed 2 major rivers and went to another county and had to meet. But the county wasn't that far off. But it was about 2.5 miles of that one. So that's about it, man. Travis says, also, is there any good way to stop a male dog from being aggressive towards other males on tree? You gotta get in there and take your hat off and scold them. Take a good green switch and scold them, make them stop. About the one thing you can do also is you need to establish dominance. You're the leader of that pack. Even your other male dogs are not the leader. You're the leader of the pack. And one thing I do at a very young age with pups is when I feed them, you will tend to see aggression out of pups. And a lot of people play it off like it's no big deal. Oh, that's cute or whatever. When they're aggressive over food and they don't put a stop to it. The first time you ever see a sign of aggression with a pup, you need to put an immediate stop to it, because that's going to lead to aggression later on. And what I'll do is when they got, you know, a litter of pups, or like when I bought Tough and Nick's, pretty much at the same time, I put down a communal food bowl, I dump the food in there, and I stand over watching. I got my hand just like this, and like Tough, he would start to at Nick's and pop him. You know, I'm not hurting him, but hey, you can't do that. Well, I reach down there and grab him by the scruff on the back of the neck and quit that. And I'd kind of push him away from the bowl. And, that pretty well broke him of that real quick and in a hurry. But yeah, if you're sitting on the tree, you got to get in there and you got to whoop on the dog a little bit. Not whoop them, but you know what I'm saying. You got to scold your dog and break them with that habit. And tie them back if you have to. And some dogs, once they get ill, they'll never go back from being ill. So, Brian Hall says, I'd like to get a bunch of Nightlife family together and have a pleasure hunt and a cookout if anyone is interested. Man, we've been talking about that for a year now, and I'd love to make it happen. I just need, we got Nightlife spread all over the country, and we even have them in Canada. I even have some Nightlife fans in Mexico and Australia that watch us. They're hound guys. They run hounds for stuff in these countries, and I know we could never get them to be a part of anything, but I would love to do something like that. And it's just finding a place that, people could get to. I don't know if y'all hear this, but there's a chihuahua about 2 foot from me sleeping and snoring. So if you hear weird noise, that's what that is. Eric Kelly, do the Mooks work with the Dogtra and the Garmin? Yes, they do. I have personally put one on both, and a lot of people wonder if the Mooks will work on a DC-40, and it will. There's the strap right there. Basically, you take that off. There's 2 big prongs. You just kind of mark on your collar with, magic marker or something. Cut the holes out and put them on there. So that's even with a DC-40. DC-30, I'm not sure how well that works. But yes, everything from a DC-40 up on a Garmin, it works. Everything Sport Dog, it works. And everything the Dogtra is making right now, the Mooks will work. If you're interested in a Mooks collar, hit up my website, nitelifekennel.com. We have them on there. We got the original straps, which is just a plain strap with the quick disconnect. And then we have them all the way up to this right here. This is actually a glow-in-the-dark collar. So, what's up, Jacob Smith? Let's see here. Hang on, guys. Lucas Smith says, I put them in the woods every day on squirrels. They are treeing them. They are 5 months old. They are out of Bryan Mountain Judge. The farthest they have gone was 350 yards with older male. That's pretty good, man. They'll come around. 5 months old. I mean, that's really young for them to be doing that good. That's impressive. They'll come around. Georgia Boy says, I bought a Sport Dog 2.0 at the Batesville, Mississippi hunt. Thank you, buddy. But my dog chewed the screws out of the battery holder. Can you get the coverage for them? Are you talking about chewed the screws out of the battery holder? You talking about on the handheld or the collar? You can get either one. What you'll probably need to do is call up customer service. And hang on, Georgia Boys. I will give you the number while I'm here. Any of you guys that have anything that we've talked about, you need to get in touch with customer service of Sport Dog. Right here's the number: 1-800-275-6797. 1-800-275-6797. That is Sport Dog's customer service. Because they actually may want to have you send it in and then just send you a whole new collar or something. I'm not sure. So I'd call them and ask first, but if it's something that they're not going to want you to send that in, they can definitely send you the part for that. And being that it's that new, they may warranty it. May not, because the dog chewed it, but I've seen them warranty stuff like that just because they're a good company. BC talks about the advantage of what goes between the shoulders. Robert, hello guys, sorry I'm late. That's okay, Robert. It's $500 fine, but you're okay. You can just mail to me when you get a chance. In your opinion, can a black and tan? No, I'm just joking. In your opinion, can a black and tan be a great hunter, even though he's also an inside? Yes. Any coon dog can be an inside pet and be a great coon dog. I've seen it out of not several. I've never been around several that were pets, but the few that I was around that were pets were great coon dogs. Just because a dog's inside does not mean it cannot be a great coon dog. So, yeah, buddy, it can happen. Robert says, guys, if any of you can't get your hounds trained, just holler at me and I'll take you with a real coon hound. Wayne Cravens. Shout out from Chester, South Carolina. I've coon hunted around there a good bit. Michael Chase, what's going on, buddy? Curtis, pro staff, field staff. Curtis Shelton, what's on, buddy, man? Curtis is training a Belgian Malinois to coon hunt now. Aaron Fields, what's your opinion on the Dakota Vertex and can you get one? I'm pretty sure I can, Aaron. Messaged me. I had talked to them about being a dealer. We were going to be a dealer, but they had such a demand for those lights at first, I couldn't get any. But yeah, that's something I can get. More than likely I can get. I looked at them at Batesville, Mississippi. I got my hands on them, looked them over. I have not been out in the woods with it, but it did look like a solid light. It looked to be fairly bright. It had a lot of different options for it, and that's what I really like. The price point is really good. The guys over there at Dakota, they are really good guys too. Really good Christian men. They stand behind their stuff. They make good stuff. The company's great. All their lights they've had up until this have been great, so I would expect that the Vertex would hold up just like the rest of them. So Curtis on there, he's a Dakota man. That's all he runs. Curtis, did you ever get a Vertex? If you had to pick between soft cap or hard cap, which one would you rather use? Tyler, me personally, I go with a soft because I have a very big fat head, and the bump caps don't fit my head. They honestly don't. So I go with soft, but also I like the soft because you can take the liner out and then it's like a, it's just like a ball cap. And like literally because the battery pack is so small on my Genesis, I could almost fold it all up, put it in my pocket because, the ball cap. William Hubner, you're welcome, buddy. James McKinley, how you doing, bud? Robert Rowley, 30 minutes from North Wilkesboro Racetrack. Got you. I need to come to Tennessee. A lot of mountains in Shady Valley, Tennessee. Oh, Robert says you're from about an hour from Boone. Okay. Boone's not real far from me. I'm about an hour from Boone. So. The coon hunting tradition doesn't exist like it did when I was a kid. You're right, Jeremy. It sure does not, man. Tyler says, I know you talked about a dog climbing in trees and how much you hate that, but do you have any tips for breaking them without ruining them? You talking about climbing trees? No, man, I don't have any tips on that. It's going to happen, and some of them are really bad for it, and I hate it. I had a dog fall out, and it's really scarred me kind of on that issue. No, man, I don't have any tips for breaking that. I really don't. Because if you get them off a tree and you scold them, you whip them, or you shock them, you basically, shocked them or whipped them, scold them off of a tree, and you don't want to do that. I mean, that could ruin them. So, I know there was one place that I had that big tree that dog fell out of, and I never went back, OMC Hunter says, which is brighter, Bright Eyes Gold Fever or the Genesis? Man, they're just as bright. The big difference is, if you don't like a lot of weight, you need to go with the Genesis because it's way lighter. If you're looking for more time, you need to go with the Gold Fever because it's got a bigger battery pack. That's your big difference. Which is more important to you, weight or burn time? To me, it's weight. I tote enough weight around my fat butt. I don't want to add weight on my head. But they're both just as bright. Stevie May, what's up, bud? Roger Harper said he won the Timber Hill Redbone, he said Timberline. Timber Hill Redbone contest with the Mucks collars, and they are awesome. Man, that's all we're running now. That's all we're running on our dogs. Tara Maka says, are you part of the KKK? No, I am not part of the KKK. But Stevie May, if you will, keep an eye on Tara Maka. Or any other of my moderators on here. Thank you. Robert, I see you deleted it. Who's going to Spring Super Stakes? TJ says. Me and the wife love the Sport Dog. They are great with replacement. Yes, customer service is where Sport Dog extremely shines and outdoes the competition. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Somebody go ahead and kick old Tara May out. Thank y'all. Yeah, she's being okay. Sorry, guys. Do you know who Chris Merritt is? No, I do not, buddy. Sorry, sure don't. I'd love to have a coon club or something in that nature around Western North Carolina. Yeah, I would too, man. We've tried to do that. Well, I have not. I know several people have tried to do that around here, and it just there's nowhere to hunt for one thing. So if you want to draw out and go hunt somewhere, you got nowhere to go unless you go hit the game land, and anybody coon hunts is on the game land, and the hunting there is not that good. So, but there's one in Asheville called Walkfar, and I think there's a Jackson County Coon Club. There's another one that we're starting called Pisgah Forest Sportsman's Club out of Brevard, and they're going to be hopefully doing some PKC or UKC hunts, 14. Thomas said, 2 more wins on his female to make night champion. Well, get after it, son. Good luck. Hope it works. What's the terrain that you hunt pretty rough? It's both, man. What I have locally around here is very rough, but I've lost the land to hunt around here. So we're hunting down South Carolina a lot. It's just kind of little bitty rolling hills and swamps, which I'm not big on swamps, but you got to hunt what you got to hunt. I used to have a lot of land around here, and it was all very rough, straight up and down. These are not the hills some people got. These around here are mountains. So, I mean, the stuff here at the house, like I said before, the highest mountain this side of Mississippi River is 30 minutes up the road from me. So that tell you, that's just, is it 5,800 or 6,800 feet above sea level, Mount Mitchell? That's just right up the road. So mountains around here are very rough. But I've lost all my land around here, so I ain't hunting much here lately. Have you ever owned any laser torch lights? That's what I have, and it seems to be a good light. I've never owned them. I know the owner. We're kind of buddies. I've talked to him. I like his lights. Another thing I like about his, they're lightweight. They got a tiny battery pack, so yeah. Eric Kelly says that Korea light is a bomb. Love mine. I tell you, for the money, I don't like how heavy they are. They're very heavy. But for under $100, they are a good light, and you can't deny it. Have you ever had a dog that went from treeing good and being accurate to treeing a lot of slicks, and how would you go about fixing that? Yes, I did. I had a female, that dog that fell out of that tree, she was like that, man. She was rocking on, and then all of a sudden, at about 2.5 years old, man, she went to throwing up slicks. I went to 9 slicks with that dog in one night before we got to the coon. I'm talking about, we go to slick and I cast on. So I walked to 9 trees on one cast from the truck before we found the coon. And I tried and I tried. I never did break that dog. And then I give her to I let my buddy Kim take her to work her, because he's really good. He's a better trainer than I ever thought about being. And he couldn't break the dog either. So we ended up giving her to a youth and was just honest about what the dog was. I mean, she'd find the coon every now and then, but she's slicking more than anything. But when it comes to breaking slick trees, we got a quick tip video that's going to be coming up for too long about this. The key to slick trees, breaking slicks, that a lot of people, I just don't see them doing this, and they should, is if you cast your dog and it goes in there and loads up on the slick, and you walk in there and 100% there's not a coon in that tree, there's no hole, the coon's not there. I see guys all the time, they'll either click their lead on their dog and go back to truck, or they'll, a bad dog, verbally scold the dog, or maybe they even, take their hat off and whoop on the dog or whatever, and then go back to the truck. That's the total wrong thing to do. If you walk in on a slick tree, scold your dog however you like to scold your dog, and cast on from that tree. Make that dog hunt on and go find where that coon actually went. That's the only way the dog learns to check trees and go on, is that dog like Hyde, he slicked a couple of times when he was real young, and I went in there and, took my hat off to him, whooped him a little bit, and I sent him on, and he'd want to come back to the tree, and I claimed the tree. This is my property. You're not welcome back to this tree, and I make sure he knows it. Eventually he'd go on and he'd find the coon. Well, now, he goes in there and I hear him load up on 1 locate or 2. We ain't going in. Not until he throws out 3, because Hyde will do 1 or 2 locates. And then you can look at him, he'll circle on that tree, and he'll go out, and he'll go out, and he'll go out. And then he may come back, and if he throws up 3 locates, you got meat in that tree. 2, he may move on, he may come back. But that's how you teach a dog to check and go on. Wayne Craven, anytime you're ready to come back to Chester, I join a club with over 3,000 acres. Man, I'd love to come and hunt that. Tyler Axon. I had a blue dog that was bad for climbing. The best way to break that is just tie them up tight on the tree every time. Yep. Kentucky Cooner. He's out hunting. Must not be storming up there. Carl says, what's the best way to gun break a dog? Start when they're really young. Start with a pellet rifle, man. And kind of have somebody helping you, staying off in the distance, shooting a rifle. And one thing I like to do is anytime you're going to work them with a pellet rifle or whatever, feed the dog. You want their mind not focused on that. When it's feeding time, the dog wants to hurry up and eat. And so if you got the dog, you let them eat, somebody's over there shooting a little bit, and you know, progressively over time, getting closer and closer, that dog is more focused on food than what's going on around it. And the same way will happen whenever they get into the coon woods. They'll be more focused on that coon coming out of the tree than what you're doing. Lucas Taylor says, I got a buddy who really likes you. Will Moon, what's up? Is your buddy named Will Moon? If it is, what's up, Will? Good to meet you. And appreciate you supporting us. A hunter's tale. I have a cur that I let tree a coon, but came back and bit him. He won't even get close to the dead one. What can I do? That's a hard one right there. I mean, I've seen a many dog get ruined by something like that. Best thing you can do is, you know, if you get another dead coon, I know the season's not in, get that dead coon, throw it in the corner of the lot with the dog, and get in there and praise that dog and pet that dog and give that dog plenty of time. Maybe that dog will go over and mess with it, maybe it won't. I've seen them get ruined that way, and generally when they get ruined, they're not, you know, that dog still may run tree coons, but once the coon comes out, he may not have nothing to do with it, you know. So I've seen them that way too, that was scared to death of a coon, but they'd run and tree them. So give him the woods and see if he'll run and tree them anymore. But as far as him getting in there and getting on the coon to fight or whatever, that may not ever make it back. That's why I don't even like my dogs to fight a coon. 99.9% out of the time, if I can put a dead shot on a coon, I'm rolling it out dead. I don't want a dog getting bit and ruined. I don't want the vet bills that come along with it. And there's a thing called coon dog paralysis. I don't know if people know about this much, but you can actually, the dog can get paralysis from being bit by a coon. It's rare, but I have personally seen it happen. Thank you, David. Wagner Moore, how you doing, buddy? Do you know Bob Pridge? Nope, I don't. Sorry. If you ever want to get a bunch together and have a pleasure hunt, I have enough land to hunt and a place to set up campers or whatever. Sounds fun, Brian. Let's talk a little more. You're in Virginia, correct? Is anybody going to be at St. Jude's Hunt in Parsons, Tennessee this weekend? Man, I really wanted to go that, and I did not find out it was this weekend until too late. I'd already made plans. But I would love to. OMC says, loves you and Kentucky Cooners pages. Keep up the great videos. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you. Seth's Adventures. How you doing, bud? Tyler Axon says, I have a gyp that got up in a hollow tree and got her out. She had to meet. Anyone else ever had? I'll tell you a story. You guys want to hear a story? I'll tell you a cool story. The same female I was talking about earlier, that ended up being a slick tree and fool. When she was really kicking on one night, cast her in the woods, she didn't go 100 yards to load up trees. I mean, hammer down. That's one of the ones where like the goose pimples come up on your arms, the hair stands up on the back of your neck, and you go, ooh, I can't wait to get in there. Well, she loaded up. Man, she's loud. She wasn't about 100 yards from me, just over a little bitty hill, like a little ridge. She wasn't deep at all. And so I'm looking at the Garmin. I said, man, she's only 100 yards. Well, about that time, I lose signal on the Garmin. That was back when I was running the Alpha. That's been probably 7 or 8 years ago. Lost her on it. And then she sounded really muffled. And I thought, what in the world? So I walk in there, and no joke, this is the biggest oak tree I've probably ever walked in my life. Big old wide oak. 4 or 5 men could not have reached around this thing. I walk into where I lost signal, and it's this tree. I hear her, but it sounds like she's 500 yards away. It sounds like she's gone. I don't know whatever happened, though. Well, I get a little bit closer, get about 20 yards from the tree. I can tell she's in the tree. Well, get this. I walk around thinking, oh, there's a hole right here on this base of this tree. I walk around. There was no hole. And up as far as I could see, which is probably 40 or 50 foot, there was no hole in this tree whatsoever. Well, this dog is the same dog that climbed up that tree and fell out that one night after this. you know, like a month later and got really bad hurt. Didn't notice she was developing a climbing habit. Well, evidently, it must have been a hole up in the tree, and she had climbed up there, and this was a fairly straight tree. I don't even know how she got up there. And she must have fell down in this tree. Well, just so happened, I was able to find a spot that was like kind of rotten and soft, and within like, you know, another year, probably would have been a hole at the base. I was able to take, went back to the truck. I got like screwdrivers, and after about an hour's worth of time, I was able to make a hole at the base, and she was climbing up the inside and coming back down, climbing up and coming down. Shine up there, the coon was up in the top. She must have fell past it. I mean, you know, in the hole, but the hole was massive inside this thing. And she fell down her leg, and I was able to get her out of there. And it was crazy, but yeah, that's happened. Seth's Adventures, you have additional Pathfinder collars? Yes. If you're interested, go on the website, nitelifekennel.com, order you one, and it will ship. Jeremy Bailey says, Jesus Lord, you must be born again. John 3, Jesus said, you must repent, you'll perish. Luke 13:3-1, Corinthians 6:9, ask him in your heart before it's too late. Yeshua is beginning and the end. Love warns. I agree with everything you're saying, Jeremy. I am born again Christian. Anthony Lackey, how you doing, buddy? Luke Lovin, this sucks. My brother lost our dogs. Oh man, that does. Dang. Hope you find them. Deep Creek, what happened while he's gone? Oh well, we give away $1 million. All kinds of stuff, man. I hate you missed it. Anthony Lackey, I'm Finley Jr. Logan, how you doing, buddy? Excuse me a minute. Comments. Michael Chase, just thought about it. Is Hyde all right? You said he was sick in the last live stream the other night. Yes, he is doing fine. I have yet to go back in the woods. That was Saturday night. I was going to go hunting tonight, but it's pouring rain here. I don't know what it is. I got him out of the box, and we was walking the long road up and over the mountain getting in there, and there's grass growing in the middle of it, and he, every 10 foot, he was stopping eating grass. And I'll tell you a funny story. I got a really easy gag reflex if I see somebody throw up or hear it. So Hyde was sitting there eating grass, and he wasn't going on. He'd go 100, 200 yards up a ridge, come back, and eat grass. And I thought, man, he ain't feeling good, you know. Well, had Tough with me, so I thought, well, I'll just let Tough do his thing. So Tough was actually going off without Hyde. First time he's ever done it. I'm letting him go off and just keep an eye on him on the tracking system, you know, watch him on the sport dog. And I thought, well, we'll just let old Tough get in the woods and pilfer around, and I'll just let Hyde do whatever he's going to do. And so Hyde come back down the ridge and standing in the road in front of me there, eating grass, and me and Will sitting on a stump. I shine over, and about the time I roll off my walking light onto my high, light Hyde's face up. He, and just, oh man, big old foamy mess come out of his mouth. Will's between me and him, and I seen Will turn his head and go, oh. Well, that put me to gagging. So here I am. I get up and I walk over the side, and I'm over there dry heaving. Well, that makes Will start dry heaving because Will just watched that, and he's hearing me. Well, then Will sucked the bug down his throat, so he's really throwing up. So I hear Will throwing up, and I'm thinking about Hyde throwing up, so I'm over here throwing up. I mean, it was a mess. But Hyde is doing fine. Hopefully get him back out in the woods next night or two. Nick, have you ever had anyone come out of the house shooting at you? Happened to me once or twice. Yes, I had a man come out one night. He shot a shotgun, and the pellets hit my jacket and some of the people I was with. I returned fire. I emptied 2 clips to his house. Law was called. Law found me to be in self-defense, and nothing ever come of it. So, shoot me, you're getting shot back at. I wasn't even on his land either. He only owned like an acre or two there, and I was 150 yards from his house in the edge of the woods. He owned the field, and I was in the woods. I was probably 30 yards in the woods, treed up, had 2. And that was that female I was telling you about. That was her very first tree solo. She had 2 coons. I was tickled to death. Next thing I know, he's shooting a shotgun up in the air. I'm feeling pellets rain down on us. So my little 22 Browning butt mark, I had 2 clips slammed full. Got down behind a tree, returned fire, sent them down range. Okay, get this. Jeremy got off here. This is a Coon Hunting channel. Please stay off if you're not interested in what we do. Jeremy who? George Boyce, I tagged you in the post the other day of me bench showing my pup. I'll have to check it out, man. Brian Hall says he's in Virginia. James says, you been fishing yet? Yeah, we actually, me and Kate, we've been fishing several times. We've caught we caught a lot of panfish. If you're interested, you're watching this right now, look up Nitelife Family on YouTube. Let me bring it up here. We actually started a brand new YouTube channel called Nitelife Family. This is it right here. And this is just basically kind of vlogs that me and Kate do of our day-to-day activities, especially on the weekends. We got some micro pin fishing challenges on there. Shows me just at my day job what I do for a living. We actually went house shopping, you know. But yeah, we show a little bit of fishing on there. So if you already subscribed to me and you support the Nitelifekennel YouTube page, go over to Nitelife Family and subscribe to that. We're 110-ish subs right now. So, you know, there's about 3,000 of us on this channel. But love to get that one growing too. And got some cool things. And basically what that channel is, we're going to do daily, not daily, but we're going to do vlogs. And you guys can get to follow us through our day-to-day lives outside of the Nitelife coon hunting circle. And you're going to see us basically follow us along as we build our family. You know, we're engaged. We're getting married November 16th. That's the date. And so we were house shopping in one of them episodes and everything else. So just kind of a way for you guys to get to know us a little better personally. But yes, James, been a little bit of bass fishing and a lot of pan fishing, and hoping to go trout fishing this weekend. Outback GSP, Texas, what's up? Yeah, Robert, I agree. Jeremy, I hope he means it in a good way. Have you personally hunted curs on coon? I have not, but my cousin does, so I hear him talk about it quite a bit. David says he has a scary chainsaw. Deep Creek Kills, darn it. Hey, buddy, I really enjoy watching your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you. What is your favorite color of shine coons? It's red. Well, the old school amber, kind of like the old bulb lights, that's honestly my best. My favorite. I like that, but red all day long. I actually use the green to walk with. I think the green light is better walk light. I don't know why, especially in the summertime when you have a lot of underfoliage leaves. It seems like, excuse me, the white light reflects back. So I like to use the green one because it cuts through the greenery when you're walking, especially in the summertime. Try that. If y'all got a green light, try that next time when you're out here in the summer. What do you do when you got two coon dogs and bearing out? What do you mean by bearing out, buddy? Connor Jacobs, what do you mean by bearing out? And answer out. Still don't know what you mean by it, buddy. How do you feel about coon hunting with just one dog? That's the way I prefer it. I prefer coon hunting with one dog if I can. Just, I normally have a pup that I need training, so sometimes I'm hunting in with hide or whatever. But I like to go just me and my dog. Me and one dog. I think that's the best. I don't like to pack dogs. I personally, you know, I feel like you should have a dog that can do every bit of it by itself and not ever need help from another dog. I get it. I mean, I've got buddies that have hunted before, and, you know, occasionally we'll go out. Like when we went to Land Between the Lakes, there was 5 or 6 of us went. We all had a dog or two. And, you know, like, we was there for 3 or 4 nights. And about one cast every night, we'd send every dog in there. Just because we felt like punishing ourselves, you know, because we had split trees everywhere. But I prefer hunting just me and one dog. Have you ever had a run-in with a cougar coon hunting? No, not that I can verify. We'll put it that way. I live in Western North Carolina. They say we don't have mountain lions. I've seen coon dogs that were tore up pretty bad, and you know, you tell the difference between the way a mountain lion swaps a dog and the way a bear swaps a dog. Bear a lot of times up and down, and cougars, mountain lions will side swap a dog a lot of times, or maybe it's vice versa. I can't remember. But anyway, you can tell the difference, And I've seen some dogs tore it pretty bad. And we knew of one that used to live in the area, and we hunted that area a little bit and got up in there one night, and this dog was getting there and get tree kind of dog, and he wouldn't leave our feet, and he constantly walked around with his head down and growling all around us. And we was in there pretty good deep up inside the mountain. We walked out down the long road, and that dog would not leave our feet. Didn't have to lead him, which is unusual for him. You always had to lead him out. He would not leave our feet, and he was always looking behind us, and he was growling just like something was walking up on him the whole time. So, Mike says, had the same thing happen to me, not even on the guy's property. He started shooting his gun to try and scare us off or something. Very unsettling that someone would do something like that. Yeah, I know. Stevie May, sorry I'm a little late to party. It's okay, Stevie. Normally a $500 fine. Send $4.99. You know where, and we'll forgive you. I'm joking. Tyler says, Nick, have you ever shook a coon out of a small tree? I was out of bullets and did it once. Luckily, did not jump on the dogs. No one was hurt. I probably won't ever do it again. Yeah, I've done that a few times, buddy. I really have. It's not always easy. I'm not the best at climbing trees, even though I did it for a little while for a living. So I gotta shake them out if I'm gonna do anything. I definitely ain't gonna climb up there. Coon ain't worth falling out and breaking your neck. Michael says, you ever caught a grass carp? Then things put up a good fight. I caught a grass carp with a pitchfork one time. That's a long story. I was a kid. I was like 8 years old. But no, I've never caught one online. Robert says he likes amber. He uses it as a wall clock in the summer because the bugs won't aggravate you. That's true. Same way with the green and the red. What methods do you use to break your dogs off deer? We actually have a coon hunting quick tip coming up in a few weeks talking on that very subject. Basically what I do, if you know you got one that likes deer, find you a place, especially if you can get permission. Be nice that you know where deer hang out in the field in the evenings, and load your dog up and ride by there and see if them dogs are in, or if them deer are in the field. If they are, make sure you got a really good shocking system on your dog. Roll it up as high as it'll possibly go. Get your dog out, push them off in the field. The second that dog shows interest in them deer, I mean, if he just stops and turns and looks at them, lay into him, and especially if he breaks after them. And generally, that'll fix it. I'm all about preemptive breaking. I don't like I see guys out here letting their dogs go out and tree squirrels and possums and all sort of stuff, and then they break them later, and that's fine. I would rather break my dog to begin with and not have to deal with that later. It's like possum breaking. You know, I like to catch a possum in the cage, and when the pup's 6 months old, take them out in the field and let them see that possum and shock them when they go over and get to sniffing on it. You know, you break them of it young, and then you don't have to deal with that crap later on. Louisiana is coon season all the time, but you can shoot 2 a night out of trapping season. That's cool. What gun is that on the wall behind you? It's a old single barrel 12. It's a Stevens or something. We answered this question one time before. Tyler, I've been sitting here wondering that too. All right, let me get it down for you. Okay, it is a Champion. Ivor Johnson. Arms and Cycle Works. I don't know if you guys can read that. Champion. Ivor Johnson. Single barrel breakdown 12. Old gun. My dad probably have to tell the history behind that gun. But it's not a shooter no more. It's just an ornamental piece. Caitlin, what's up, baby girl? How you doing, girlfriend? Got your nails done? Got your hair did tonight? Connor says the wheel bearing out. I don't know what you mean, buddy. What's the gun on the wall? Everybody was asking. Hope that answered it for you. I hunt one dog alone only. It takes a little longer to train a young dog by himself, but it's the best way, in my opinion. You don't have a Me Too dog. Exactly. Me and Connor mean a tire bearing on the old 04 Cat Eye Chevy. what about the what about a tire bearing on the '04 Cat-Eye Chevy? Come hunting Florida, Tony says. That'd be cool. That'd be a new experience. You ever fed the Coon dog? Yes, I actually made a big habit of that when they were pups. I don't know if it's any truth to it or not, but they always said when they was younger, don't ever feed a dog deer meat. They'll start running deer. So I thought, when I was like 16, 18 years old, I thought, well, then feed your dog coon meat, duh, and they'll be a world champion. Never got the world champion out of that. Did make some coon dogs. Got no idea if it had anything to do with me feeding the coon to the dog. Tyler says, I knew a man that would put a deer hide in a barrel before shocking collars and would throw the dog in the barrel, roll it around to get the dog sick so the dog would never do it again. Yeah, what I always heard is a guy rolling down a hill, and I definitely don't agree with that. Sounds like dog abuse to me. Rolling around in a yard, maybe, level ground, and making a dog sick, maybe that's okay. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I would honestly take my hat or stick to the dog, and whoop them a little bit before I would do that. There's so many ideas I've seen on starting your dog to coon hunt. What method would you do on 2-year-old black and tan? First thing you do, you get on Facebook and put the dog on there for sale. No, I'm joking. 2-year-old, man, just get them in the woods. Best thing you do, you need to make sure where you're hunting the dog, because they're a little bit older, you need to make sure there's plenty of coon on the property. And I've said this a million times, get you a feeder, put it on your property. Don't hunt your feeder, though. Your feeder is not to hunt coons off of. The feeder is to make sure coons are on the property if you have thin coons. If you already have thick coons, it's not an issue. Don't put a feeder up. But anyway, make sure you got lots of coon on the property. Get your dog and hunt the tar out of them. When you buy a brand new pair of boots, good quality boots, like $150 boots, and you wear them out hunting that dog, you'll make that dog into a coon dog. That's the best thing I tell you, man. 2 years old, get them in the woods, put them in there hard. And if you know anybody's got any experienced dogs, occasionally take them with them. Let that dog teach them. Huzzah! Rafka. Hey, girl. Them old Ivory Johnsons are good guns. Yep. Caden says, we got a local wildlife center here in East Tennessee, and one of their red wolves escaped, and it worries me turning my dogs loose because you never know what that thing is. That's true. But if it's just one, eventually it's going to die. If there's not a breeding pair, you don't have nothing to worry about. More than likely, I'd say they even had it chipped. They probably know where it's at. We got red wolves, Eastern State, North Carolina. They actually released them at trying to think the name of that state forest. But anyway, they say, guys I know it's got deer leashes down there, says you can be in your deer leash and hear the wolves howling. And it's totally different than coyotes. Poplar Holla says, how'd your dog boxes work out on the forest? They're working great. I found, though, that like a lot of times I have Will or somebody going with me, so I took the one off the front. The one on the back is big enough for hide and nicks. I haven't tried hide and tough, but I think it'd fit too. So I'm putting 2 of them in the one on the back, and like Will's riding on the front rack to go in places. I haven't used them a ton. I've used them maybe 5 or 6 times since I got them. We don't really hunt for them much. I did there a couple times the last few videos because that was the only place I had to hunt that time of year. But they're working out great. I love them. You can get them custom made any size and width you want, honestly. So I highly recommend, if you got a UTV, a side-by-side, or I like Heather with Mooks, she just had a couple of them made to put in the back of her Nissan Xterra when she goes and picks up and moves dogs. So if you hunt out of an SUV, it's a perfect option to have. And they're so lightweight, you can just pick them up and move them. The other box I got, it's the biggest one he makes. And, I've got a pallet I back up to and slide off of. But if I had to pick it up, it'd be a 2-man job just like most of your diamond boxes are too. So, but, yeah, and I was looking at my GNR box the other day. This has been in my truck for over a year now. It's not been in my truck the whole time, but it sits in the weather all the time. It's been through 2 foot of snows. It's been through gobs of rain. You name it, it's set outside for over a year now, and that thing still looks like it's brand new. It's in great shape. So, good stuff. Cody says, you ever use dogs for any other kind of hunting? My dad does rabbit hunt with beagles. Let's see here. Squirrel hunting. I've been on a couple squirrel hunts, not on those dogs, but I've been on a couple. And then I know some guys that bear hunt. I've kind of been in the woods with them same time, but no. I want to go do deer dogging with dogs. I want to try that. That's down toward the East Coast. And then I need to go on one good bear hunt for sure. But rabbit hunting is a big thing. And I have been on an upland bird hunt on a farm up in, was it Madison County, North Carolina? That was really awesome. Honestly, if we had upland birds here, I may spend more time doing that than I would coon hunting. I love upland bird hunting. Chris says I have 1,000 acres, 30 minutes from us. Let's go. Chris, hit me up, nitelifekennel@outlook.com. Reno says, Tony Camacho, where at in Florida are you, man? Woodrow, what am I getting from Connor Jacobs' comments? They have a couple dogs out and have a wheelbarrow out. Oh, okay. Dang, so you got 2 dogs out and the wheelbarrow is out on the truck. Man, now that sucks. I'll tell you one thing on me and Kate. We went one night and we were pulling into our hunting spot and the wheelbarrow come off my old Dodge and we were stuck. Seth says, I have 3 deer dogs. I am trying to get rid of them. Anybody needing deer dogs? Seth's got them. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Woodrow. I just had to replace them on my truck today. Connor says, how do I become a good coon hunter, man? Find you a good coon hunter mentor. Someone to take you under their wing and show you the ropes. And the best thing is, the safety and the betterment of the health of your dog comes first and foremost. And then the way your image looks to the public, by the way you treat your dogs and the way you treat the game that you chase, is second priority. Dog's health and the way you make us look as a whole as a coon hunter to the public's eye. You don't want to come across as, mistreating your dogs or mistreating the animals you chase. And first and foremost thing when you unhook that lead is the health and safety of that dog. You going turkey hunting this year? Maybe going this Saturday morning. Maybe with Will. But I can't hunt late because I got some things that me and Miss Kate are doing Saturday evening. So if you ever had a dog run over an interstate, I did once, and she luckily treed in the interstate median, scared the life out of me. Dang, no, I have not. I've had them cross some very busy, like 2-lane roads, like highway type roads, but never interstates. That would be terrifying. At Tony104, I'm over below Tallahassee. I know I talked about it the other night, but she had the meat. That is really cool, Tyler. It's scary, but cool. Have you ever heard of Skitter Swamp Hunting Club? Have not, buddy. Where's that? Hazar, when are we going again? I'll be a good sport. Hazar, soon as turkey season's over in South Carolina, we will go back down to the same place. As soon as that opens up, we can be gone. Or if you can talk your little ginger buddy into letting us at his place, we'll go there. Braxton says, where can you buy cedar dog boxes? GNR cedar dog boxes on Facebook. Or I'll give you a phone number. If you're interested in GNR box, get your pen and paper ready. I'm getting ready to give you the number. Just got to find it here. So, GNR cedar dog boxes, the phone number is 615-962-5266. And that's GNR cedar dog boxes. The guy named owns it is named Gavin. Phone number 615-962-5266, and tell him you heard about it through Nightlife Kennel. On my 4-wheeler, I just put regular plastic dog boxes, and they work pretty good. One in the front, one in the back. That's it, man. That's the thing too. Work with your budget. If you don't need to spend the money on something, don't do it. If it works, it works, and that's all that matters. Main thing is get out there and get after it. Tyler says rabbit hunting areas are dwindling. I hope that coon don't start. It's generally the opposite way around, because you need more acreage for coons. So if you're already seeing rabbit hunting dwindle, be worried. What do you feed your dogs? I usually feed sport dog. You're probably saying sport mix. I feed Value Pack and Tops, which is the same company, owns both companies, the same dog food in both different bags. Value Pack or Tops. Tell them what we're talking about getting after we get married, Nicholas. Okay. Well, I say me and Kate. Kate come up with this idea. We're trying to figure out what our first dog is going to be when we get married and we have our house. Is we want a house dog, and we think our first dog we're going to get a basset hound because we're both hound people, right? And a basset hound's a miniature hound. So we're thinking about getting a basset hound. What do y'all think about that? Zara says a mini donkey. A horse, a mule. We do want a mini farm. Braden knows you ever hunt with the English? Yes, I've never owned an English. I've hunted with a few. I actually knew a guy that had an English dog named Trouble. Completely silent tree dog. But he was dead accurate and fast as can be. One of the fastest dogs in the woods I ever seen. He was a really awesome dog. If it hadn't been for the lack he didn't tree, he would locate up and shut her down. And you better have him on your tracking system to get to him. But he actually made grand night with that dog. And how he did, I don't know. But the dog was 100% accurate. William says, just ordered a big dog Jensen from Matt. Really nice guy. Thanks for all the info. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Hope you told him you heard it through us. I mean, I feed my dogs deer and ain't never had a problem, but you never know. Hey, you know, that's just something I heard. Boat, airplane, gator. No, even better, I like guessing. Naser hound, great hounds for the house. Basset hounds are hard heads, so be wary. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, a Brittany Spaniel or a wrinkly bloodhound. Pretty much close to that. Name him Flash. Yeah, we was thinking about names the other day. I tell you what, go over and follow the Nightlife Family YouTube channel because when we get to shopping for dogs for the house, I'm sure that'll be on there. If you're watching this right now and we didn't show you earlier, if you didn't see us earlier, we have another YouTube channel called Nightlife Family. Go over and check it out. We're at 115 subs right now. Subscribe to us. This channel right here follows me and Kate through more of our personal lives. Like we've been house shopping. We have an episode on here. We've been fishing. We have an episode on here. We go looking for a new dog. It'll be on there. When our house finally comes, it'll be on there. So, and like there's some of them show me my day-to-day life work, you know, what I do for a living and stuff. So, had a Nacer years ago. What is a Nacer? Hazar says, Kate, you'll be like the pioneer woman. That's the point. I'm going to start living off the grid. Michael says, you need to get a Great Dane for a house dog. Hello, just kidding. Them things are big. I like the looks of them. I do. Deep Creek says, I know pit bulls come around as mean aggressive dog, but we have one and he's a guard dog of the house. We'll never hurt anything unless you're protecting himself or us. That'd be a good dog. Kaylin, actually, her parents have a pit bull named Zeus. Love that dog. Super sweet. This Chihuahua over here is more vicious than Zeus is. The only issue you run into with pit bulls, I got nothing against pit bulls. Sometimes homeowners insurance will not cover you if you have a pit bull in the house. Don't know why, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So, kind of have to be careful with that. But, Mom, quit clicking pin. What breeds do you run? I got tree and walkers. That's all I run. Timber says red bones are good pets. Thank you, William. I appreciate it, buddy. Cess Adventures. Yeah, my family got a lot of dogs. My grandpa has 38 rabbit dogs and 2 Brittany Spaniels. That's awesome. I think Dad's 7, 8, or 9 rabbit dogs right now. Dad ain't been a rabbit hunt though here lately. He's got a really bad back issue. He's going to have back surgery, so we didn't even get to rabbit hunt much this season. Chris Anders, hard to housebreak. Yep. Tyler, I want to say Tyler Axton, man, you've commented a bunch on here. I want to let you know I really appreciate it. You got awesome questions. I love it. Keep them coming, man. He says, do you prefer Ruger, Browning, or something else? If you're talking about, well, it depends on what you're talking about. Deer rifles, I'm a Remington man. Shotguns, I like Remington 1100s, but I like my Mossberg turkey gun. If you're talking about coon hunting, it's a toss-up, man. The Browning buck marker guy's awesome gun, but this Ruger 2245 is probably better. I like it. It's lightweight. It weighs half as much. So depends on what you're talking about. Browning is a general. I like the Browning buck mark pistol for not pistol for pistol, but the pistol for coon hunting. But outside of that, I'm not much of a Browning guy. I think they're overpriced. You're branding for a brand and a name. Something that Remington to do all day long better. So yeah, comes to pistols, I'm leaning towards the Ruger, but the Browning buck mark is awesome. Remington for deer hunting rifles, and Remington Mossberg for shotguns. Timber Hill, thank you very, very much. Oh, Bassett. Yeah, Deep Creek, I have a blue pit in the house named Zeus. Oh, so Tackett's got a pit named Zeus too. That's cool. Zeus. I call him Deuce. I said, Douchey. He comes to me. He loves me. I have a miniature Dachshund, American Bulldog, and 6 red bones. You're going to be dog poor like we are. Deep Creek says, I'm looking to get into some Beagles pups and just train them around the house because we got so many rabbits. It seems to me that a rabbit dog, a Beagle, is some of the easiest dogs to train. They're the most naturally gifted dogs there is. It seems like they take to it really quick and easy. Robert just sent me a picture of his Beagle. His pet. That's a beautiful dog. Savage. Yeah, Savage makes a great gun. I actually have a. Is it Savage? Makes the 17 WSM. Is that Savage? I think so. That is a tack driving gun. What kind of bullets do you use? CCIs. May have some. You know you're a coon hunter when you got a bag of mixed 22 bullets and a tray of 22 bullets mixed. Don't know what none of them are. Them are to go outside and play with. I don't have any of my bullets with me. Yeah, CCIs, 36 grain, I think hollow points as well. Like. What's the best score you ever got on night hunt? Don't know, man, because I've only done 2 and I can't remember. Didn't win, I know that. One of them, I was definitely not the best dog there. One of them, I was the best dog and got chewed out. So I use 2245 or Martin lever action. Depends on if my son is going to shoot. Yeah, David, the only drawback I'll say this gun right here is this thing. Let me make sure this thing's clear. Yep. This gun right here is so super lightweight. That's what it's called. It's actually called the Light. You can see it right there. This thing is so lightweight that if you get in there and you got your adrenaline pumping from hunting and you're just like, you're amped up, you tend to kind of wobble more. My Brandon Buckmark had a bull barrel, is a lot heavier, and so it was steadier whenever you were not as steady. So it takes a little getting used to. You just got to learn this gun, learn how it shoots, and then get a good rest. But this thing's a tack driver. Got this Vertex sight on here. The red dot, I think it was around $200, $220. Between that and the $450 for the gun, this is a deadly combination for coons. And what I like about it too, I don't know if anybody else has ever seen this, if I showed this. But you mash this button right here on the back, I think, yeah, the whole gun comes apart and you can clean your gun. And then you put it back together like that right there. Good to go. Easy to clean. What would you say is the best summer beds? I watched your fire hose bed video. Do you have any other ideas? I just like to put down pine shavings. Pine shavings work really good. Just a thin layer of them and you're good to go. I like to put down like a thick pillow or dog bed, like foam bed, but they don't last. Your dog, most of the time, the dog's going to chew them. Even my old dog Jug, he had mouth cancer, couldn't even chew dog food, and he would chew his bed. So, Timber Hills Beagles are cute tracking with their tails wagging. Yeah. Cody says, do you listen to Meat Eater podcast or watch the series? I've watched them the TV series. I think there is a podcast I do listen to that talks about dog hunting, and the guy that's on it sounds like that same guy that's from Meat Eater, but I don't know if it's him or not. I actually listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm driving the dump truck or running a piece of equipment. I listen to podcasts all the time, and that's something that's, well, I'll just go ahead and put it out there. That's in the works right now. Is we're going to start taking these live videos and putting them to podcasts. We are very much in the process of that right now. Tyler says, do you bow hunt? I used to bow hunt a ton. I actually used to shoot 3D tournaments in the circuits. I was real big into that. I used to do really good with that. I love bow hunting more than I do gun hunting. But I don't do any kind of deer hunting anymore, hardly. Yeah, Robert says all kinds in a Ziploc bag. Deep Creek says, hey Nick, I sent you a picture through Instagram. Alright, I'll check it out in a little bit, buddy. Much easier than a Mark IV. Yes, that's the biggest difference. That's what kept me away from a Ruger for so long, was how hard they were to clean. Which a Brandon Buckmark is still hard. It's a little easier. But that, I'm not a big maintenance guy. I don't keep up maintenance on stuff the best. So the quicker and easier you can make it, the more apt I am to actually do it. That's the reason why I went with the gun. Plus, this is anodized aluminum, so it's not going to rust. And it's lightweight. I mean, just had to have that gun. I even got Dad to get him one. Seth's got a Marlin 22. Can't beat them. They're great. Lena is watching with me. Hey, Lena. That's my sister-in-law, Lena. Lena, I seen the video the other day where you had your nails done, and they look very pretty. You have very nice nails. Everybody say hey to Lena on there. Lena is Hazar's sister, and Lena is going to be mine and Kate's flower girl. We are so honored to have Lena as our flower girl. So everybody, if you don't mind, comment and say, hey, Lena. In November when we get married, you guys will see tons of pictures of Lena. She's going to be in a beautiful dress in the wedding. It's going to be awesome. Tyler says, hey, man, it's been fun. I'll see you later. Hope to have another good live stream. Good night, Tyler. Thank you, buddy. Ronnie Baum, the Hunting Dog Podcast. Yes. That's the same guy? Yes, I do listen to that one. I thought it sounded like him. Anyone use a 17 HMR? I tried to use that 17 WSM one time, but that thing is like overkill, big time. HMR may be better, but I could definitely see it being a good round. You need a Rottweiler for a house dog, man. I love them. Hey, my son has a Walker pup. He would like to hunt with you. Email me, nitelifekennel@yahoo.com. Let me know where you live, and maybe we can work something out sometime. Hi from Southwest Virginia. Hey, Lena. Hey, Lena. Hey, Lena. Better practice on throwing those flowers. Wesley Blevins, where at in Southwest Virginia are you? All right, guys. Well, let's see here. I keep getting notifications on my phone. I'm afraid I'm missing something from somebody. Oh, it's our put in reverse, Terry. All right, guys. Let's see. Milk Can Shine says, I used to live in Bristol. Knew a Kevin Blevins, but your last name is everywhere down here. Gotcha. Brian Hall, good night, buddy. Appreciations. Wesley Blevins from Troutdale, Virginia. All right. Well, we've been on here an hour and a half, guys. If you got any more questions, go ahead and roll them out. And I'll answer the next few questions and then call it. Michael Chase, you ever used a Marlin Model 60? No, I have not. I know somebody has them. I know some people who have them, but I have not personally used them. So. Good night, Brian Hall. Timber Hill says. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. Like I said, we started a brand new series on this channel called Quick Tips. We got one coming up about every 10 days. I've already made the videos. I've already uploaded them. They'll be coming up. Daniel Owens says, puppy's coming along well. Have to hunt once. He's ready to go. Awesome, man. Yeah, so be looking for that. I think on the 11th, one's going to go up, and about every 10 days or so, I can't remember exactly. I've got them all the way up through the end of May already. So we got quick tips coming up. They're just little 2 or 3 minute videos that answer some of the most frequently asked questions. If you hadn't already, go over and search Nitelife Family on YouTube. That's me and Caitlin's personal YouTube channel. We're trying to grow that in the works. And also, guys, very soon, like I said, we're going to have these live videos and other stuff up on a Nitelife podcast pretty soon. So we're really excited about that. Don't know what I'm doing with that whole deal as far as how to do it. I'm just learning this as I go. But it's been fun. I'm really looking forward to it. What website do you mostly use to buy your stuff? You got to go to nitelifekennel.com, man. We sell anything you need. You need Garmin, Dogtra, Dan, Sport Dog, anything you need, even if it's not on the website, Sets Adventures. If you will message me, nitelifekennel@outlook.com or 828-674-5310. If it's not on the website, I can still get it for you. But like I said, anything Dan's, Garmin, Sport Dog, Dogtra, anything like that, it's already on there, man. Just go check it out. And if you don't see what you need, holler at me. I'll get it for you. Is there a lot of wild hogs in North Carolina? East Coast, there is quite a bit, buddy. Mountains, where I'm at, no, there is not. All right, hour and a half, guys. I really appreciate this. I love these live videos. I thank y'all so much for joining in with me and following me through here. Michael Buzzett, how you doing, buddy? I use a Regent brand 22 pistol with my wife's dad's pistol. That's cool. Victor Johnson. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. Next week, it'll be Monday or Tuesday. Well, that's why I'll ask you guys before you go. Comment below real quick. Would you rather have Monday live videos or Tuesday live videos? One of the two. I'd like to know what y'all like. Mondays is kind of better for me, but Tuesday's fine with me too. But which go ahead and comment. There's 36 people watching. We can get 30 of y'all to comment right now. Monday or Tuesdays? Which is it? Mondays. I'm getting a lot of Mondays. That work. Mondays. Nobody wants a Tuesday. Hey, will you say my son's name Walker? Is his name Walker? There it is. Walker. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Monday works fine. Either, Josh Taylor says. Mondays are fine. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. Lena said, whatever you want, brother. All right, Lena. Make Mondays at work better. Hello, Will Grain. Ginger's on here. What's up, Will Grain? Will, you're late, man. We're getting ready to get off here, and so now you owe me $500. That's the late fee for joining the live videos too late is $500. You know where to mail a check. Tuesday, Monday, whatever you want, Nick. All right, guys. I'll tell you what. It seems like everybody on here likes the idea of Mondays better. So next Monday, 8 p.m., live video right here as usual. Be thinking about your comments. Go out there and get the dogs in the woods this week. See what's going on. Come back and let me know how your hunts was this coming week, guys. We appreciate you. We love you. In the meantime, tree one for us.